I've been a resident in this neighborhood actually my whole life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's close to my heart. 8, and we'll add arms with that. So I guess it's been very humbling for me to be able to start in the program, work my way through, and then kind of move on in my dance career and come back as a teacher.
Like slowly fell in love with the program and like the kids. So then that's kind of like what led me to like apply for a position here, and then hopefully become like a mentor to like these kids because they need like that role model to look up to. So I was hoping that I could, maybe be that person for them. I also like love seeing the kids come in because like I haven't seen them in a while, they haven't seen me in a while. We get to catch up on some things. That's one of the reasons why I come, just to like see where they're at, how they're doing in school, that kind of thing.
Before I had a kid, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life and wasn't really worried about it so much. It was sort of like, oh, we'll get by, we have jobs, we'll figure things out. And then once I had a kid, I realized that I needed something more like a career that would bring in stable income for the family. So my plan is to go back to school full time and then probably work full time for a while. So that's sort of the opposite of most women who have a baby and then seem to want to more stay home, whereas I did the opposite.
It's a picture of us cuddling on the couch. And the reason why I keep it here is just a reminder of how good it felt to fall in love. There's times when you're running a house with jobs and 3 kids and all that kind of stuff that it's easy to take each other for granted. We were raised as figure skaters and hockey players, and there was nothing really defined about our roles as a woman. A lot of people, when I talk to them about when I tell them that I'm a stay-at-home parent, it's almost like they think it's something I should be ashamed of. There's no question. There's a huge part of our culture that think that I've sacrificed by choosing to spend this time with my family. When you have a child, you start seeing the world as the world that they're going to walk around in, and that becomes a really, really big deal.
In her head, she was really about ideas and about knowing what's right and taking action, and she took it very seriously that we each need to do what we can to make the world a better place, to right the wrongs that are happening.
Because of her example, we think about how are we gonna teach that kind of way of being in the world to our daughters.
I hope that we can find a way to kind of engage our kids in ways they can make a difference in the world.
Some people say that Meredith made me a nicer person than I had been. I don't know, and I attribute that to her. I try to live the life that she lived, because I think it was a beautiful life, and she made my life much happier and made my life a whole life.
I could have stayed, but I couldn't. And he begged for me to stay, but I couldn't. I had to leave too. I didn't know where everyone else went. As I got into my car and drove off to my friend's tiny apartment on Duke Street, the whole world seemed emptied and frail. So empty that I felt like I could just fall off the face of the earth and out into space. And I just drove away in silence, leaving him there in that empty house.
So we were just a group of friends that saw a need and wanted to fulfill that need. So we started out on a Wednesday night with summer sausage sandwiches and Coca-Cola.
We're gonna head downtown Kitchener and we're gonna help people, and it was gonna be really great. Well, we learned that there was a program open called Out of the Cold. So we walked in the doors here, and 4 years later we're still here volunteering.
You should wrote a poem. I'll read it for you. Brown and yellow, black and white, you are precious in my sight. With different clothes and different hair and different voices on the air. Young and old, big and small, I see the beauty in you all. From west or east, from far or near, I rejoice that you are here. The future of the land we hold so dear. Thank you so much for coming. Glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Hello, Sarah. It's Lorna calling. Just called to wish you a happy birthday, dear. I guess you're maybe over at your mom's or somewhere. Anyway, happy birthday, and we'll see you soon, I hope. Okay, bye-bye.